Icebreaker.
be when you got a job,
Nah,
gang.
That's all right.
yo. Welcome back to another Women's Wednesday episode. You feel what I'm saying? What's this, episode 3? Yeah. Episode 3. You feel what I'm saying of this thing? But today we just got no Nadia here. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to have Nini here, but she'll be here in a minute. But let's go and get started. Well, first off, like I said, how you been, Nadia? You know what I'm saying? Tell the people how you been doing? What's life all been about?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm getting ready for vacation, so I'm counting down. I
I'm
got
already
7
knowing.
days,
Going.
and I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I
Where you
can't wait.
going?
Well, so I'm going to New York on Saturday, but that's just a little day trip. I decided I wanted to see J. Cole, so I got a bus ticket to go to New York. Um, that Saturday. Week after next, I'm going to Martha's Vineyard. And then the week after that, I'm going to Myrtle Beach. So I'm gonna be outside for a little second.
Feel that. I definitely feel that. I'll be in Atlanta next week. But
I
yeah,
need to get
that's
back to
good.
that. I miss Atlanta.
No,
Enjoy
facts.
that. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
So today, as you know, I want to get into a little social media when it ties into these relationships and stuff. We're gonna start off with that. I want Justin to ask that big question we talked about earlier on the earlier episode. You know what I'm saying? So first, I want to start with this: does social media help or hurt relationships?
You already know how I feel about it. You already know.
How you feel? Because I don't know. Does social media hurt or help
Uh, it,
relationships?
it kind of, mm, I think it kind of more demoralizes relationship than it helps. Yeah, because people try to base
No.
their relationship off the internet, or how the people go in their relationships. And then just social
Okay.
media. If somebody don't post you or nothing, then the other person might get mad. All that other stuff. It's just a whole bunch of little small things that make big problems in relationships. That I don't see that it's a good side to any of it.
For me, I'm about to say, and this may be a little different because I mean, Nadia, you are older than us, respectfully,
Why do
but
y'all feel the need to mention that each time?
Because
because there's maturity. There's maturity to it. I
Okay.
haven't like just to be honest, but there's maturity to it when it comes to
I
that
ain't coming
social
back if
media.
y'all say that again. 'Cause-
Oh, y'all must have said that last week. I missed last week, but
nah,
yeah.
Nick
So
was that the week before
that was the
last.
last time we was on, gang.
oh yeah, but no, it's not even nothing like that. It's just the fact that like I think our generation, me and Nick, like people look at social media and they take comparisons to a lot of things. So in my opinion, I think sometimes social media definitely hurts a relationship because people our age are using comparison, and everybody knows comparison is a thief of joy. So they may see this couple do that, and then they're like, "Dang, why my person don't do that?" But in reality, it don't do nothing but hurt the situation. Now, social media can also help in certain ways. Like I've seen plenty of date ideas and this to do on it on social media that I have used before in a relationship, to keep the relationship flourishing and colorful. But I think a lot of times in our generation, like I said, it's just comparison and that ends up killing relationships, which shouldn't be a thing. But like I said, it's also a mature thing. Like a lot of people our age, we ain't as mature enough to look past some of that stuff and grow past it. You know what I'm saying? But that's really it for that.
Nah, that's most definitely that's true.
I could I could see that. I think that people have always like compared themselves to others. Like I think that social media just gives you more people to compare yourself to. So like
Hmm.
it definitely it affects every relationship. It affects the relationship you have with yourself in your life, your career, like your family, because you're looking at what others have. Um, but a healthy person, social media is not gonna hurt your relationship too much because like you have an understanding that one, everything on social media ain't for real anyway. Half of that
Mm.
shit is fake. So I mean, but to your point, like social media can also be a great thing. It can expand your horizon. It can let you see what's out there and what's the possibility. So I think it's more so about your own personal relationship with social media and like how you use it and what you consume and put out there. That has more of an effect on like your relationships versus like just social media.
Right, 100%. I'm just gonna highlight what you said. You said a healthy person. In our generation, it feel like at least I haven't ran into a lot of people that are healthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that kind of iterates what I was saying earlier when I was just talking to Nick. A lot of times in our generation, that healthy person meets one bad person, and then the next time they enter a relationship, it ends up with them being a little bit worse of a person than they are. And I don't understand that, because the way I look at it, regardless of how this person treats me, I can't use that against the next person, because it's a whole nother person, a whole nother mind, a whole nother life. It's all different. But I think a lot of times what ends up happening nowadays is you get this perfect person, this not perfect, but this person that's really happy and really is just a healthy person when it comes to love, and then they get hit by something that ain't no good and doesn't do this, doesn't do that, then that trickles down. Now they're super defensive with the next person, and that next person may not look at you like that, because it's like, oh, you're so defensive, it's hard for me to get you to even open up to me. They get tired of it, and then they move on, and now that person missed out on their blessing. That's why I said, for me, I can't do that. Like, I can't sit in there and hold a grudge with that person and make that grudge become the next person's grudge, if you know what I'm saying.
And then it's like a repeated cycle with people too, though. Because like, think about it. It starts with women and men. Because if men get messed up by a woman, he gonna do the same thing in his next relationship to the woman, though. It's a repeated cycle, bro. And that's what got to stop, though.
100%.
But that's, hurt people because it's, and you don't and when you get hurt, you're typically like building up your walls because you don't want to get hurt again. So so yeah, the next person, you might see some things that look a little familiar, and now you like you're on the same type of time. So I mean, that's why people have to get more in tune with like this. So, and I mean, you mentioned like y'all age, but really and truly, like, we all trying to figure this thing out. Like, when I was in my 20s, I just knew that people in their 30s had life together, and now I'm in my 30s, like, oh, they ain't got it together either. So people in their 40s must have it. But I have friends in their 40s who, and not to say that life, if you are doing what you need to do, life will of course get better. You will continue to grow. You just gonna have new challenges. Life is gonna always come with something, especially when you're trying to like better yourself. Or do something worth doing, but it's just about how you react to things. We could both experience the same thing, but it affects me in a different way than it affects you. Some people, it makes them kind of like get softer. Now they're a little more timid. Other people, they like, nah, I'm ready to fight now. So it depends on who you are and how things affect you, because we all are affected by things differently. And, we just gotta be patient with each other. Everybody is going through their own set of trauma, their own set of trials and tribulations and everything else. And a lot of times we're operating in that. And so somebody does something and we perceive it a way that maybe they didn't even mean it, but we already on 10, so we ready to go. So, we just gotta be more patient with each other.
I understand that. That's a big problem. A lot of people nowadays, they don't have enough patience.
How much patience do you have with a person, though?
It's your limits.
I think you have to look at patience versus boundaries, because those are two different things. Like, you can have patience with somebody, but once you set a boundary, they keep crossing that boundary. It's like,
you pushing it. You pushing it, Mike.
You know what you're doing. But then that's when you have to be real with yourself. Like, okay, am I okay with this, or is it time for them to go?
Nah, for real. I mean, with patience, like you said, patience versus boundaries, definitely totally different thing. Because I mean, I can deal with some of the stuff you do. Like, if you dealing with, like, when it comes to having a wall, or I can be patient enough with you to the fact where, like, okay, I can understand that you went through this. I'm cool. I'm here for you. Woo, woo, woo. But when they get to doing things like not communicating to me, like not responding, and you crossing that boundary. Now it's different. Now I don't feel like waiting on you. Now my patience is thin because you've crossed my boundaries way too many times. So I get that 100% when it comes to that. You definitely got to have patience, but there's also boundaries that can't be crossed over and over again.
That was a great example, JB. For sure, that was a great example. So, well, I ain't got anything else on that before we move on to the next.
We can go to the next one.
All right,
Hit that out.
we're gonna switch. We're gonna go switch on a little something different too. All right, now this 50-50 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody done had their own opinion. I done heard different opinions on 50-50. Some it should be 70-30, 100-0. What's your 50-50 or how should finances be split when it comes to your partner?
I think that finances should be split whatever way makes sense for your relationship. There's no end all be all. And 50-50 is what keeps y'all going and nobody is stressed or overly stressed, then 50-50 is what it should be. Now, what do I want? Because that's a different thing. But I think that ideally, whatever works for you. That's one of those things where I feel like when we talk about social media, it has a really big influence because, you see these very unique situations where the man is like a multimillionaire. So of course he can like afford to get his wife whatever she wants and she don't got to work. But girl, your man is a bus driver and nothing wrong with a bus driver. Don't get me wrong, but he ain't making millions. So it's like, you have to be realistic with the lifestyle that you live and the partner that you have. There's nothing wrong with going 50-50. You got to do what works.
Mm-hmm. That's 100%. I feel you on that one. I would say when it comes to 50-50 for me, I don't really like Nadia said, it's what works best for the two of y'all. If 1 month something bad happens, like let's say she work at the post office and they having layoffs and they having this stuff where they hours are dropping and I gotta cover the other side. Cool, it happens. I know it. I've been in the work field. I know some careers come with situations like that. So I can't put it on her if it's 50-50 and I know this person I want to be with. Because if you're in 50-50 situation, you should be pretty locked in with that person. It shouldn't be no questions about it. But it's like when it comes to that, if I gotta pick up some slack, that's fine. I can do that. But the thing with me would be is if I take a hit, because I am a man, so I don't like to do that. But if I take a hit, is you gonna be able to do the same thing I did for you and keep it equal? Because that's what it's about. That's what love's supposed to be about. You pick me up when I'm down, I pick you up when you down. We get up together. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when it comes to 50-50, it don't really resonate in my head because you never know how things could go. But like I said, like Nadia said as well, it's whatever's comfortable for you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I agree with both of y'all, but yeah, like I said, 50-50, it is like y'all said, it just comes whatever y'all agree upon to whatever goes on in y'all life, whatever job, what it is. It's just a matter of who gonna pick who up when it really get tough. You feel what I'm saying? That's where really true colors come out, man. I'm telling you. I be telling folks, man. Is your partner gonna pick you up when you down? That's the biggest question you need to have before y'all get into this relationship or even get married or move into each other. You feel what I'm saying? Because moving in with somebody, that's a big commitment, bro. Especially if your name is on the lease too.
Yeah. That's why so Nick, are you putting both names on the lease or are you just putting your name on the lease?
It depends. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If it's an apartment, my name on the lease, I ain't gonna lie. But if it's a house, then both our names be in it. Because it's just me, like, bro, if I'm gonna take, but I just can't have nobody risking my name doing some BS, gang. I just can't.
No, I hear you.
I'd rather it be my own fault than somebody else's. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, that can still happen with a house.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
Can still and you really on the line for that. So, but I mean, so I think so. I have a question then, because if you move in with somebody, does that mean you want to get married with them? Like, why are you moving in with somebody?
I think it's a step. Like, I think when you move in with somebody, it's another step towards it, but it's not necessarily, hey, I just want to get married. Because, you can only learn so much about a person when you're in a relationship with them. Like, if I'm living with you, I learn a lot more about you than I do if I'm just living in my own space. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I move in with
Mm-hmm.
somebody, you probably, in my head, I'm probably thinking, like, okay, maybe I can. And then when I see, like, if I move in with you and I see you a totally different person, you ain't cleaning, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, okay, I understand. You got. I think moving in with somebody gives you the chance to see how they really are as a person from inside than just looking outside in. You know what I'm saying? But I
But
don't necessarily mean they gotta get married if you move in with somebody. You don't gotta do that.
And see, that's so interesting to me because for me, like, if we're moving in, then we talked about like marriage and like that's in the plans. Because what we
Mm-hmm.
moving in for? You can stay over there. If we're not getting married, stay in
True.
your apartment. What we doing?
No, I feel that for
So it's
I
sure.
just
see what you're
interesting.
saying though. Nah, that's real.
Yeah, because then it's just because then you start doing marriage things and you're not married and have no
Mhm.
intentions to get married.
Yeah, nah. No intentions is crazy. If you
Huh.
have no intentions on getting married with that person, there should be no reason you really move in. Cause like, what are we like?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? At that point, we just wasting time. But that's why I said I got intention. Like, it's in the back of my head. It's intentions to marry somebody if I move in with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
All right.
I would
I mean,
hope
that
so.
makes sense because before you marry somebody and like really merge your life, you got to see how they live because,
No,
like
facts.
you
Yeah,
said, you could be a completely different person at home.
different. I was about to say all I see
Yeah.
you through is a FaceTime screen. I don't know what's going on in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I done been
Anything
on
but
both
fine.
sides though, so that's the crazy part about it.
Yeah, you have done that, and I don't know how you did that at that age.
Man, when I
Uh,
tell you I learned a valuable lesson, I definitely learned a valuable lesson not of doing some shit like that, gang. No problem.
sure. I ain't never thought about that, but I'm
And I
the
ain't gonna
way
lie, I think it was for me, it was just being on some, yeah, I like her too much type shit. You feel me? I was trying to do too much, trying to be that big man. Nah,
Yeah,
that ain't me right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I was about to say I'm as a person. I'm not even. I didn't even want a roommate. Like when I like, cause I've had people
Listen,
ask me. People have asked me to move in together, like my homeboy, rent, because rent is ridiculous, whatever. But I haven't even. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like I don't. I gotta live by myself first. Like
And
I
plus,
gotta.
that's how friendships get ruined too, though.
Yeah, that is true though.
absolutely, absolutely. But also, that's a great mindset to have because a lot of times, a lot of people go from like their parents' house to like moving in with somebody, and they just never have time to live on their own. When you live on your own, you realize like, oh yeah, no, I gotta really, really like you for you to like move in here
Yeah,
because
That
you
personal space by yourself, though,
like
that's a whole different
yeah,
thing.
it's
yeah,
different.
though. I said I gotta get to my
Yeah.
own spot before I move in with somebody else. Like, hey, let me do this first.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll move in, but nah, I want my own little pad. I'm good. That's all I need for real. But
Because it comes up with a really big trust for me to trust you to pay your half of what you supposed to be paying, gang. Because me personally, if we living together and you don't pay your half, you don't have to see me, bro. Because if I gotta cough up your half, yeah, it's a problem.
that's another thing. You gotta have a huge trust in a roommate,
Mhm.
like huge trust. I'm sleeping in the room right across from you, bro. Like I gotta make sure I gotta keep my doors locked. Like I don't want to live like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do nothing like that. That's why I said I just want
Mhm.
my
Especially
own.
with
Yeah.
somebody you don't know, they might steal from you, they might take your like, nah, gang. Because me, the type of person I am, you touch anything that's mine, I'm touching you, bro.
Yeah,
Touching
I
you.
definitely the prayers on some, but that's real for sure. But yeah, definitely when it comes to thinking marriage, I definitely if I'm thinking about marrying you and I move in with you, it's for a reason because I'm trying to see what's going on around your household, how you run a household, because that's a big part of a marriage. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Thanks.
How you run that household is a big, big part of a marriage. And if you letting stuff slide and I'm picking up, because usually keep it 100%. Usually, women are more upkeep than men are, and if I'm picking up on stuff that you're not picking up on, then we don't have a problem already. Cause come on now, like I'm a pretty clean person. I strive for my good hygiene and taking care of stuff. But if I notice you doing some stuff that I can't get with, I don't know. That's a big no. Big no. I ain't gonna lie.
But you can excuse some days because some people do have their off days. Some days I do be feeling lazy. I don't want to fold up clothes or none of that. But at some point, it just be like,
yeah, and
get
100%.
I get it done before.
What
I get it done before the end of the day. But
you gotta figure out what your like non-negotiables are. I'm sorry, you gotta figure out what your non-negotiables are. So like, what are some things that you like? Nah, it can't. The bathroom got to get cleaned every week, or like you can't leave clothes on the floor.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm old school. I'm real old school. So every Sunday, something getting clean. Every Sunday for sure. If I ain't clean through the weeks, every Sunday, something getting clean. The music going on. Time to take care of cleaning.
It was really every Saturday though. I used to hate that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You can't even sleep in on the weekend, bro. You gotta get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Ain't going to start cleaning, bro.
Get it going.
It was Sunday.
Right, go ahead, grab them, hit them baseboards, go and watch.
Now you got good habits, and you clean up at least weekly.
You know what I'm saying? But Sundays was that day. That's why I don't work on Sundays. I'm off on Sundays.
No, facts.
So yeah, but nah, that is a big part, man. What else you got for us, Nick?
Should couples share their passwords?
You bark up that tree if you want to.
Honestly, if you want to be skinny in the next week or so, I wouldn't do that if I were you. But because you never know what that person got going on. I don't know. Maybe because I don't have a bad experience. I just don't know. I can't try. I wouldn't do that shit. Even if she says she was loyal and that. Hey, bro, whatever's on your phone stays on your phone.
I think I ain't gonna say it's pointless, but I think it's like a little childish a little bit. Like you gotta be more mature than that to just want my passwords for everything. Like it's nothing I got to hide. If you are my person, there's nothing for me to hide. So I mean, you can have my phone, do what you want to do, because when I'm about a person, I'm all about that person. So I mean, I'm not looking to go back to what we said. It's a waste of time to just deal with somebody like that, and you cheating. What's the purpose of doing that? Just be single. Like just do what you want to do while you're single instead of getting into a relationship. So when it comes to like passwords or having my account, I don't necessarily care, but the moment you ask me for them, I'm gonna kind of question it. Like, do you not trust me? Like, what's going on? Like what's going on to make you think that? And it's not that I'm hiding nothing. It's just for the fact that like that is a password. That is a security thing. It's like it's a reason I have a password on my phone because it is my possession. It's what I use every day. But then again, I mean, if it's to have closure, fine. So be it. But I don't too much care for it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't too much care for that.
I think that y'all should be able to share passwords. I don't think that you should be like checking someone's like personal stuff. But I think that I don't think that you should be checking someone's personal stuff. I think that if you are with someone, there should be no problem with them having your password. Now, that's not to say they should just be all in your stuff, but it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. I'm not saying you have to, but it shouldn't be a problem.
For sure.
And a lot of that causes issues though, because like Justin said, trust. That's where that trust issue thing comes into. Like, oh yeah, you don't trust me now, so that's how you moving. But I think it determines how it comes about though, because like let's say I'm chilling on the couch or something with my man, and I don't know, my phone is across the room, and I'm like, oh, can I see your phone? And he gives me the phone, and maybe it locks while I have it. And I'm like, oh, what's the password? Now, if he got to be like, oh, give it here, let me do it, I feel a little bit of a way. But if he's like, oh, it's like, all right, cool, whatever.
One, because I'm also not gonna remember, so it goes in and goes out, so it really don't matter. But if it's on some like, if I have a suspicion, well, I ain't gonna hold you. If I have a suspicion and I'm like, let me see your phone, and you do a whole lot of extra, the trust is already. I mean, we already at a loss for trust anyway, so we're already on a downward slope. But yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. But it shouldn't be something that is like a hard requirement.
Yeah. Like I be seeing couples, they be having that type of situation where it's got to be required to have a person's password, and I'd be like, man,
because somebody cheated on somebody.
Yeah, that's just trust issues off that.
Well, I'm saying, like, it gotta be that, bro. Like, you
Because
once you start feeling the need to check someone's phone, like once you actually just be like, no, I just need to check their phone because I know they do something. It's time to just call it quits. It's go ahead and call it in.
But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like with Justin, another thing what Justin was saying, that's a little childish too. I ain't heard nobody share passwords since like middle school or some shit like that.
Yeah, but I don't got no problem with it. It's just like I said, if I'm about you, cool. Like that, I don't mind it. If that's what you need to have your closure or your reassurance, whatever. But like Nadia said though, that timing do matter. Like if we is just chilling and you want to use my phone because you left your phone over there on the charger or something, all right, well, there's my password. Well, I don't know how to put it in for you. Just type it in. But I ain't gonna lie, if you come to me talking about, let me see your phone right now. And I'm like, whoa, what do I do? What's going on? But I still, like, I'll let you get it. But it's like, what did I, like, is there something I did? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely do matter with the timing for me as well. Like, you got to be at the right time. Like, I'm not going to ever ask. I ain't gonna lie, I don't think there was ever a time I've ever asked to see a girl's phone, though. I just don't want that.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not finna waste my time with that shit, bro.
I don't think I've ever.
I've asked for.
Yeah, I mean it's respectable. I don't.
But nah,
I'm good.
But like I said, I asked because we were already on a downward slope, so it really didn't matter.
What about so that's another thing that ties into that, like that your partner like phone being face up or face down, because a lot of people be having their phone face down. They be like, oh, they trying to hide something. Or they trying to want nobody looking in their phone. But like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even think too deep into that. But I just be seeing a lot of people say that's like another form of cheating when they be putting their phone down.
I think if a girl were to ask me about why I'm putting my phone down, I genuinely would tell her that's just my natural motion. Like I genuinely put my phone face down a lot of times. Like I don't even have a privacy screen. Like if I was gonna be that sneaky, I would have a privacy screen or something like that. Like you know what I'm saying? But when
you gotta flip it over to look at it.
I'm about to say I don't really too much care about that. But as for like my significant other, now if it's like you just purposely just look at me to put it down, and I'm like, I mean, it's always something in something. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna find something in something if you really want to. It's just about if you really want to make that little thing such a huge thing. Because flip your phone upside down around me, cool. But I think what probably would be worse is do not disturb around me. Like if you just on do not disturb all the time when you're around me. Now that they added that, then that's different. I about to say like if you got it to where I can't see no notification come through your phone because you laying right here under me, like all right, bro, like it's a little something different. But I don't think I care too much about the face down or face up thing. How about you, Nadia?
Nah, I feel the same way about all those things. Like I don't even think about it because if like I'm out to dinner with someone, my phone may be up, or if it's out, it's face down because like you have my attention. I don't need my phone. But that do not disturb piece. Oh no, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Why your phone always on do not disturb?
Yeah.
Nick be getting on my nerves with that because why is your phone always on do not disturb? Who is disturbing you?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I got a couple of friends that
now I do put my phone. I do put my phone on sleep mode. So like at 9 o'clock, because y'all know my bedtime is like 10. So at 9, my phone do go on sleep mode.
My
But
phone probably on
just
sleep
being on
mode
Do Not
right now.
Disturb all day.
Yeah, that's
Mine
crazy.
show is.
I was about to say, I
So
think mine might be. Let's see. It might have
yeah,
hit it.
but
Yeah,
that's it. And I mean, I have
almost.
different focuses on my, but yeah, like
Mm,
no, your phone always being on Do Not Disturb. Nah, because I got questions. Because who you afraid gonna text you gonna pop up on the screen? But
yeah, that was a good take though, because I showed really that is really why I do that. Like I set my phone face down if I'm with somebody because if it keeps buzzing, most subliminally you're gonna have a chance to go look at their phone,
mm-hmm.
and now you're just out of tune with the conversation. Now she thinking, oh, so you don't pay attention to me? Like it ain't even. That's what I said. It's always can find something in something, but I don't too much. I don't too much pay attention to it. But yeah, a lot of times that's what I do. I set my phone face down, especially on a dinner date. Set it face down or put it in my pocket or do something just because I don't want the distraction of the phone being there. You know what I'm saying? So it do be like
Mm-hmm.
that.
And I think it's about knowing. It's also about like knowing your partner too, though, because if your partner is somebody that they don't usually do that, they don't usually set their
Hmm.
phone face down. It's not on Do Not Disturb, but then all of a sudden they start switching up, and like you notice that they always got to make sure their phone is face down, or they always got their phone on Do Not Disturb.
Hmm.
Then it's different because it's like you notice a change in pattern. But you got to really just know your person because hopefully if you're with them, you trust them. So
Right.
it ain't nothing crazy. But once that pattern starts changing, then you make note of that.
100%. 100%. Yeah. Anything else, Nick?
We got about. Let me see what I got for you. Ah, what is the importance of accountability in a relationship?
Everything.
Mm.
I'm about to say if I can't count on you, I mean, listen, man, it's tatted on my chest over here. I got accountability on it already. It's something I live by. I can't. You got to be accountable with some in relationships because I mean, what if it's our family? Like, what if I got to count on you to go pick my son up, or not my son, but our son, whatever how you want to say it. But what if I gotta count on you to do things like that and you can't come through? You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be a close knit accountability when it comes to things. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's your partner. It ties into also the 50-50 thing as well. Like, can I count on you
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going down a little bit to be here for me, to care for me, and do everything the same way you would if I'm up? You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard can you really ride for me in reality? So I feel like, yeah, accountability to me, it matters a good portion of the relationship. Obviously, trust and loyalty are a little higher up than that, but I definitely feel like having the accountability in my partner matters a lot to me. Like, can I really trust you to be there when bad happens? Are you just gonna up and leave because something bad happened in my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, how bad can I count on you? That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. To me, that plays a big part in a relationship to me, because especially when it comes to like when you mess up or when I mess up or something, if you can't take accountability for what you did, and you trying to pin that back on me, that's a no go, bro. It's a no go.
Hmm?
Cause ain't gonna lie, that's gonna not only
Mm-hmm.
make me want to crash out, that's gonna make me just see you in a whole different light, bro.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think for me, it's about you doing what you say you're gonna do. So can I count on you to like keep your word? Because then that just kind of stems into everything. So yeah, accountability is real big in every relationship, with yourself included. Um, do you do what you say you're gonna do?
Hmm.
So it's
Is your word your bond, or is it just
Word
a
and bond,
random
man.
word?
Cause your word is your like I said, is your holy grail, man. You can't if I can't trust on your word, bro, I can't trust you at all.
That's true though.
now it's both.
Yeah, I don't know what cuz on. But nah, that
Chill, chill.
100% though. If I can't trust your word, then it's nothing. It's nothing I can do about that. So accountability definitely plays a big part in it for me. But it just came to my head about this first topic, the social media. I had an older, like my brothers are older, so they told me this is what they said about social media when it comes to relationships. They said social media gave people too much access. Like I could just go on Instagram and see something, and now I could just easily text this person. He was talking about like back in the day, bro, you had to get the number, you had to do this, you had to do that. He said on social media, there's so many people cheating now because you could just hit one button and now you in that person's DM. You know what I'm saying? But that's my brothers though. I mean, I'm the youngest. My brother is 40. That's my oldest brother's 40. So them back in the day, they ain't have all that. So he's sitting there talking about that's why he think like relationships and social media just don't counteract no more because I could just easily pick up my phone. I could get into an argument with my girl. I could pick up my phone and I could easily just go text somebody. He's saying it's too easy. You had to have a number back in the day. So, but
social media makes it easier to cheat on, bro. You got to go back in the day. You got to actually work hard to cheat. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think that social media, I think it more so gives people this like illusion of endless possibilities. They just think, oh, it's just so many women out here, and it is. There's so many men out here, and it is. But you have to factor in, do they want you, like, and all these other things. So, you know, you unhappy with because it's always going to be like an 80-20 or, you know, some days 70-30 or whatever the case may be. No one person is going to ever fulfill all your needs, but you over here, less than after someone on the internet who you ain't ever met, you don't even know for real, instead of like really pouring into like your actual relationship. And maybe they can't give you that 30 or whatever it may be, but they give you 70. So
right,
pretty good deal. So people just feel like, oh, I can go over here and it'll be better. They always think that the grass is green on the other side, but it's really green wherever you water it.
That's true. That's a good way to look at that one. Definitely true on that. So, like, how y'all feel about like when it comes to the groups that your significant other hangs around? Like, y'all think? Because what I'm getting at here is what I've heard on a video before. A guy was saying that like, if it's a pack of lion, like if it's a lion in a pack of a bunch of dogs, you wouldn't bother that pack because obviously the dogs are all cute and cuddly, but there's one lion in that pack surrounding them dogs. And so you would think, so like what I'm getting at is, do y'all think like the people that your significant other can hang around can taunt them in a way that will affect the way you look at that person? Like if you out in the crowd and you want to go approach a woman, but she's around a bunch of women that aren't doing the best thing, or in your case, Nadia, it's a dude that's in the area with a bunch of dudes that don't look right. Do you think it hurts people in that sense of ways? Like that, if y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so essentially, like, do you judge people kind of off their friends? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool.
I think that I think that you can have, you know, a very diverse group of friends. I think you should have a diverse group of friends. However, if your friends are like obnoxious, rude, disrespectful, nasty, racist, any of the things, then I'm gonna assume that you're okay with that type of stuff. And if it's something that I'm not okay with, then I'm cool on that. So I definitely don't think that I won't say a bird of a feather, you know, flock together all the time, because you can have people that you know have different interests or different perspectives on life and still be cool with them. But there's some, like, for me, there's some like core things that like, no, we can't have different opinions on this. It's one right opinion for this one, but for the most 100%. Part, yeah.
I think, I 100% agree, because I think like the way our generation is, for both sides, there's a lot of good guys or good women and a pack of bad people. Like it's hard to find for my like instance, it's hard to find a good woman because the friends that she's around, they're always drinking, they're always smoking. It's like that's fine, that's cool, but there's levels to it. If you guys going out every night and you always with them, but you don't do none of that stuff, like I've had situations before where the girl I was talking to, she doesn't do none of that, but she just wanted to be out with them because that was her friends dragging her out the house, bringing her out the house, and I basically had to tell her like, hey, look, you got to make some decisions for yourself. Like you can't let them always bring you out the house if you don't even do that stuff. Like it wasn't your environment. You don't drink, you don't smoke, but they're in your face drinking, in your face smoking. So a couple of times she did drink and smoke, but to each own with everybody. But I think a lot of times especially in our generation, that there's too many people like that don't pay attention to the friend groups that they in and how that affects just their lifestyle anyway. Like you could be the perfect person that's just nice, happy, but as soon as you keep gradually coming around those people that's draining your energy, you just lose out. You don't even realize how you're losing yourself in a sense in the limelight. And I think on both sides it's that way. I think a lot of guys hang with guys that do this, do that, do that. They don't even realize how angry of a person they becoming because the people they hang around are so hatred and angry at the world that they don't even realize like, hey, you were a cool dude, bro, but now I can't even hang with you because you done drawn to them too much. You know what I'm saying? So it works both ways, not even just for relationships, but friendships as well. That's how I feel about that, though.
A lot of people be getting influenced by their friends, man, and it be blowing me, bro. Because at the end of the day, ain't you your own person? Why are you getting influenced by somebody else, bro?
For sure.
If you got friends, you should want to be influenced by them. I think it's about surrounding yourself with the right people. Because if you surround yourself with the right people, you will want to be influenced by them. I'm influenced by a lot of things that like my friends do, but they're doing good stuff. So it's not anything. Now, granted, some of them are doing some crazy stuff, but I choose the people around me because I like them. I like what they do and what they stand for. So if you got the right people around you, you should be influenced by your friends, and you should be influencing your friends.
Man, I remember you used to tell me that a lot growing up. Actually, I remember you used to tell me that a lot growing up.
Yeah.
And I used to tell you a lot. I don't think you was listening to me. I used to tell you a whole lot of stuff.
Nah, it's real. Like, I mean, my uncle, my dad, my brothers, then like my grandfather always said, and I mean, it's a cliche saying now, but show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's always gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. Because I mean, in reality, a lot of times you kick it with these people that just want to be in the streets and want to do this and party. Most of the time, as a black male, you're gonna end up going to jail and getting killed because that's what your environment was. You got to be bigger than your environment. You know what I'm saying? Trees don't grow in an environment and stay down low to the environment. Trees outgrow the environment no matter where they are. Trees are always gonna be trees. They gonna outgrow everything. But in the sense of this, it's like I know where I'm from. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, not the best city, but I got out of that. I outgrew those people that's up there, and now I look back and every time I'm looking up or answering my phone, somebody's either passed or went to jail, and it's like I got out of that. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely takes a lot in you to be able to grow past that and understand what friends you got and who they really are at the end of the day. Who's really with you and who's really not with you, and that's why your circle always remains so small sometimes.
That is real. That's real. That's real.
What else you got, Nick?
Well, I want to get into that what we was talking about earlier, and then I want to get into one more thing. What we was talking? I forgot what we was talking about. Wasn't that about wasting? I think it was about something about wasting time.
Yeah, we was talking about like basically, Nadia, I was telling him like a lot of times it be feeling like on both ends it's a lot of people out here that let people waste their time when it comes to those people that's showing good love and showing the affection. It basically tied in with the fact that like people carry their dirt from other relationships into the next one, and then that person, a good person, comes around and they're pouring all this into you, and you never let your guard down and never let it down. Now that time was wasted because that person now then has to move on from you because they feel like you weren't feeling them, but you really were. Like that's basically all we was talking about. Like just the idea of like coming from a woman. I want to hear like the hurt that comes from other relationships. Why a lot of times is it a big shield that gets put up, and sometimes it pushes men away. That's all.
Well, I'll start with I don't see any relationship as a waste of time, the good or the bad ones. They are
Hmm.
pretty much all lessons at the end of the
Yeah.
day. I think that you should, whenever you come out of a relationship and before you go into another relationship, you should like take time to yourself to really kind of like process the relationship in itself. And I think that that is where people, I think that's just why there's so many hurt people because people aren't taking the time to like pause for a moment and just kind of unpack the things that they took from that relationship with them. So, you hop out of this relationship and you jump in straight into another one with all this baggage that you ain't even looked through yet. And now you're kind of like trying to unpack it, but you're in a new relationship and trying to learn a new person while dealing with the stuff from the old person. So, you're not getting the most out of like that relationship or not able to give them whatever they need from that relationship. Um, but I think just ultimately, it's just really about taking that moment afterwards. Because at the end of the day, whether a relationship ends on like okay terms or horrible terms, everybody got a part to play in how it went. So, really taking a moment to like reflect on what happened, why it happened, your part in it happening, and what you want the next relationship to look like, um, and how you want the next relationship to feel, and then
Hmm.
trying to get into another relationship. People just moving too fast. I think that we just out here moving around like bumper cars. We just bumping into everybody. Ain't nobody taking the time to really try to figure out where they're trying to go or what they're trying to do. We just jumping from thing to thing.
Truly,
Yep.
truly.
And that also plays into what we talked about earlier about accountability. You take accountability for what you messed up in the relationship, what you did wrong. How could you fix yourself? How could you move forward, not do those things again? You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Mhm.
I hear you about that. Because I mean, like I said, if people would take like if a lot of people, both ends, both genders, they would take that approach. A lot of times it would eliminate a lot of that. Like I feel you 100%. Take some time to yourself. Do you heal your
Yeah.
way? Get closer to your religion if you want to. Do this. Do whatever it takes for you to be you. At the end of the day, don't get lost in the
Mhm.
fact that I am me and that next person is them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if people take that little time to heal and do what they need to do, they'll be all right. Because, like I told Nick earlier, it's a lot of people out here, and speaking from my gender, there's a lot of men out here that still yearn for their love. Like that's just, it is what it is. They out here. Same for women, but I think you get camouflaged in it when you just jump from relationship to relationship because you haven't even let your
Mhm.
mind process that last person yet. Because in reality,
Mm.
people say, "Oh, my ex is my ex." Well, in your head, that person is still in your head. Like, if you don't take no time to yourself, that person gonna be in your head in the next relationship, regardless of how bad you end up falling in love with this person. And that's why a lot of times those people that do hop out of a relationship real quick and hop into another one, and they actually end up getting into a new relationship, and that relationship kind of lasts a little bit and it lingers, that last person still lingers in their head, and then something goes wrong in that relationship, and now like you said, it's another lesson to be learned. But for that person that you jumped into that relationship with, they had no clue about all this. Now they're hurt from you. Now what they could do is either heal themselves again or never in the cycle they jump into a relationship as well. And now you're that person that you've been thinking about to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just some stuff that you gotta take a look at yourself at the end of the day, and that's what everybody should do, regardless of relationships, just regular living. You know what I'm saying? Just take some time to yourself to just heal yourself, because self love is the best love. And then they no other love over self.
You got to start there before you can go anywhere else. You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself.
Facts.
100%.
That just comes with people don't like to be lonely and shit. You know what I'm saying? They just don't like to be alone, and then that's what be hurting people too, though. Because again, go heal, bro. stop, bro. Stop wasting people's time trying to be with them when you're not fully healed, man.
For sure.
All you doing is just creating another cycle, bro.
And I think a lot of like men and women, they lead people on when they're not fully healed. You know what I'm saying? Like you will say some things that you may not even really feel as a way, or you may lead that person on into thinking one way because of the way you're giving them time and you know what I'm saying? And then the biggest thing that I hate is when, for my instance, if a woman comes to me and like we're texting and I've done my healing, I've done everything I've done to heal, and she hasn't, but we get to talking, and then somewhere down the line of us talking, she hits me with I just need to take a step back. I need time to heal. That's great and all, but you've told me how you felt towards me, and how am I supposed to react to this? But as the man I am, I'm like, okay, take your time and do what you got to do. But so much could have been avoided if you hit me with that first. Like, okay, I just got out of a relationship.
That's assuming that they already knew that. I think that that's that piece where you got to show people grace, because maybe they originally felt like they were ready, and then things started moving faster than what maybe they expected, and they're like, wait, I actually am not all the way good. And that's why I said I don't think that any like experience with dating anyone is a waste.
Right.
Even when it's horrible, just because like you can get something out of it. You know, even if it's just like maybe you like the way that y'all were able to talk about anything, so you realize like, I actually do want a partner where I can we can just talk for hours and get to know each other. It's you can still take something from each thing. It doesn't have to everything doesn't have to be some like grand something. Even if it's just I've had some like great short-term relationships. They were like, we went on a couple of dates and it was fun, but then it just faded. And I've had some like slow burn relationships where like we were talking to each other forever and then we got together. I mean, it eventually still burned out, but everything doesn't have to be like a lot of times. So I see sometimes on social media when women get older, of course, they want to have babies and want to get married and stuff. And so they start kind of trying to like rush the process, and every man that they meet is their potential husband and child's father. And it's like every it doesn't have to be that every time. It could just be, we're just having a great time getting to know each other. And then we realize after getting to know each other, we don't really like each other for real. So we go our separate ways, but we had a great time together. We have to be okay with like going through the process and emotions. Dating people is how you learn what you like and what you don't like, and what your non-negotiables are. So so when somebody tell you, this is not working for me, I'm not ready, they did you a favor. Thank you for the experience, but go ahead, do what you need to do. You ain't got to take me through the storm to show me.
I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's ways you can go about it when you're in the situation. I just don't, like I would say, I don't mind it. If you know you ain't ready, if you know you ain't ready, because I know the way I love and like how I maneuver through relationships. So if you know you're not ready for that, that's fine by me. You just say, me, a hurt down the line. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it could have ended another way. But now we got. I don't like burning like bridges. Like if you feel like you need the time to heal, okay, cool. I'll be here. That's all I gotta say. I am not going to forcefully tell you to come back to me. Don't do that. No, I'm not gonna sit here and wait for you though. To be honest, I'm not
I was
gonna
gonna
do
say
that.
you don't have to be there. That's
That's what I'm
you don't have to
saying.
be there.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, like I don't like you said, it's never a problem to it. It's just I just be like, damn, like I felt like you was feeling me, like but, yeah.
But you'll never miss anything or anyone that is for you. Like you'll never be able to miss anything that's meant for you anyway. So that just means it wasn't meant to be. And maybe it will come back around, but maybe not.
It is what it is. You got me.
Already know.
But nah, last topic I want to get into. Shout out to her for this though. I ain't gonna lie. Have you either love bombed somebody or got love bombed?
I've been love bombed before. That's part of the situation that I was just talking about. I've been love bombed before, but I think like I don't know. Love bombing is an interesting thing to do. I think it's just like because you can like some people can feel if like they can feel that that's actually like them actually feeling that way, but if you just doing it to do it, then you just kind of like you probably ain't healed. You know what I'm saying? You probably ain't healed because if you just love bombing somebody just to love bomb them, bro. I mean, you trying to find something, but you ain't trying to find it the right way because you probably ain't healed.
That's another manipulation tactic too. Yeah.
Listen, I love you is a strong 3 words for me. I take very much pride in that. If I say that to somebody, I mean it. I'm not going. That's why I say I don't just throw that on people. I ain't gonna love bomb nobody. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But this is that I take pride in it. If I actually say that to you, then I actually mean it. That's the type of way I don't use it that much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't never. I've been love bombed before and see where I'm at now. I don't talk to them no more. So it couldn't have been what it was. But yeah, you've been love bombed before.
I have not love bombed anyone before. Yeah, no, I haven't. No, I don't know what I would call it. Definitely not love bombing. It was more like a mutual like. It just started out like with a spark. Right. Yeah, it kind of started out with a spark, and it was just we were both like, maybe we were love bombing each other. I don't know, but but it wasn't any like intentional. And it wasn't like anything bad. I mean, it didn't end bad, but like, it was more so like I don't know. It just started out like
just felt like what's it? Love at first sight.
Yeah, it felt like a movie almost. Yeah, like a ridiculous movie. Where y'all just have a great
I've seen that before.
months.
I've had that before.
Yeah, I didn't have that before. Yeah, for sure. I don't think I'm never love bombing.
So I wouldn't say it's love bombing.
That's a whole different thing, though.
I just can't tell you something that you what you want to hear, but I'm just not going to tell you that, dude. I'm not. But yeah, that's
I think that I don't know which one of y'all just said it, but I think that love bombing, like real love bombing, is just a form of manipulation. Just trying to get in as good as you can so that you can kind of set the stage for how you want things to go. But no, I don't think that I've ever been love bombed. And I definitely haven't love bombed anymore.
That's valid.
That's too far for me. I couldn't do that one. If I love you, I actually love you. I ain't gonna just throw that out there as soon as we meet. You know what I'm saying? Then you can be delusional, You can be delusional in situations, but that's a little too far.
Maybe that's what it was. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
that's a little
I've been there though.
delusional.
I've been there. It definitely had situations where I've been in a situation that's like, dang, we hit it off really well, really well. But look where we at now. Like I said,
That'd be the worst ones, though. That'd be the worst ones.
Nah, it hurt. It do hurt. It do hurt a little bit, bro. I will be honest. Because once that like honeymoon phase wear off and they actually get the real deal, you be like, all right, man. But yeah, that's about all I got about that one. Been there, done that. Not trying to get it again.
No, facts. But no, that's really gonna do it. Unless y'all got something else to play again, we're gonna have to wrap it up, man.
I'm good, man. About that time to go on this little run, come home, shower, and go to bed.
Listen, it's definitely my bedtime.
Real.
Not facts. We go ahead, wrap it up. Well, that's gonna do it for another Women Wednesdays, man. This is episode 3. Appreciate you, Nadia, for hopping on with us at such time of night since you're ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? But again, we're gonna try to get more people in here. I'm gonna try to get more people in here, get some more. But yeah, that's gonna do it, man. This will be put out Wednesday. Y'all see, this is a Monday, so next couple of days. So I'm gonna get back on track with the videos. Then we got Friday's video that we did today earlier. So yeah, just make sure on the lookout for that. But until then, that's gonna do it. It's Signal Interrupted, man.
See y'all next time.